Hello, and welcome to the Testing Mania channel. Today, we are going to discuss about the topic bursting myths about software testing. So, over the years, or if you are new to this domain, you might have heard a lot of myths or a lot of assumptions related to software testing, which are in a way negative. And today's video or this complete list of videos is an attempt to wash off those particular myths. So, this is how it's going to go. We are going to create 4 to 5 short videos, and every video will cover one myth, and we'll be falsifying that myth with particular logics and particular proofs. Okay, so starting with the first video and the first myth, which says software testing is a mundane and repetitive job. So what this basically means is that a lot of people think that software testing or quality assurance in itself is a boring or a repetitive job. So I want to falsify this statement with the slide that you can see on the screen. I'll reiterate for you as well. So the text says that there are a lot of things to learn in the QA domain, which is functional, integration, automation, performance, and security. We are going to learn about I mean, in some brief about these particular domains in the coming deck or in the coming portions. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, that if a particular domain has so many different verticals or expertise to go into, then for sure these things cannot be repetitive or boring, because I mean it's definitive from the number of vast expertise that are there in the QA domain. So if there is so much to learn, if there is so much to implement, then how can these things be boring? So I'll tell you a bit about this sort of testing. So first is functional testing, which says you have to test each and every page of the application, each and every component of the application, every nook and corner, along with providing enhancement ideas for a better user experience. So imagine you have a complete website like Amazon or e-commerce dot I mean or any Flipkart or any e-commerce or any website for that matter. You have so many pages to test, you have so many fields, so many data points, so many processes, so many flows. So and you have to provide enhancements as well. So how can something of that level or that scale be boring? So that is one expertise to go into, which is functional testing as a QA. Second is integration testing. So integration testing in very simple words mean that you have to validate that system flowing from one the data flowing from one system to another system has to be concurrent. So for example, if let's suppose you are working on a let's say you're testing a Zomato application or a food delivery application, right? So it is not only that website that you have to test. As an integration tester, there might be 2 to 3 different systems which are linked to zomato.com. One from wherein the data is flowing in, one from wherein the directions are flowing in. So you have to validate that the data coming in from one system to another and the data going out from one system to another is in sync, is correct or not. So just imagine the task or the scale of these websites, wherein there is so much data, different sort of data coming in. You have to validate the data for the same. So of course such level of work will never be mundane, will never be boring. It is an ongoing process. Then the third one is automation testing. So automation testing is all about coding. It is co- clearly all about coding. Yes, there are some touchless or some codeless tools in the market, but believe me, the most robust tools are ones wherein the code implementation is involved, because it gives you a lot of flexibility, right? So uh, when you have to learn Java, when you have to learn different frameworks, when you have to use Selenium WebDriver, and there are so many logics involved, of course, this sort of thing will never be boring. So that is all about automation testing. So you can go in that domain as well. Then fourth is security testing. Security testing, as the name suggests, it means that a, a QA expert in the security testing domain has the work to make sure that this particular website or this particular application or this particular system does not get attacked by the bad people or by the black hat hackers, right? Now imagine you working as a security consultant, as a QA security consultant for Microsoft or for Amazon or for Salesforce, and you are responsible for making sure that nobody in the world is able to attack your website, put SQL injections incorrectly, do not steal your data. uh, and just imagine the level of this job, the level of uh, uh, main tasks that you have to do. So do you think that they can be boring? Of course not. So that is the other domain, which is the security testing uh, in QA. Then the fifth one is performance testing. Performance testing basically revolves around testing if the system can undertake the unexpected number of users. I'll give you an example. So, for example, you have a website, right? And let's again come back to Amazon.com or Facebook.com. Now, Facebook has n number of users using the website. Now, it is not that when you are using the website, others are not. There are concurrently a lot of users from across the globe using that particular website, right? So now I'm and how can you correlate to it? So for example, when you were in your 10th or 12th standard, or giving your examinations or something of that sort, and when you were expecting the results, there would be a lot of times when you went to the cyber cafe in that era, or when you were checking it at your home, the error might be the server is not responding, or the server is delayed, or the website speed might get delayed a lot, right? Why does that happen? That happens because, let's suppose that system had the capacity of serving to 100 users at one go, right? Now all of a sudden 500 came, and it was not tested earlier that this problem can occur. So that is wherein performance testing comes into the picture, that it tests, verifies, and prepares the system for heavy load. So that is the job of a performance tester. So that is one more vertical where you can go in the QA domain. So all in all, this is a bit about the different verticals in the QA domain. But all in all, do you actually think that a domain which has so many different verticals, and mind you, you cannot be an expert in everything because they are so vast that one domain you pick and then you become an expert in that, and then you have to spend your entire career in learning that. So do you think a first QA and then just simple segments of QA, for example performance testing, is something that you pick up and then you learn it complete career? Do you think something of that sort will not have challenges, it will not have adventures, it will not have a learning potential, it will not be something new every day, right? So again, the aim here is that to talk about the generic myth which says that software testing is a boring job, is a mundane job, and then to burst that myth by just not declaring anything but by giving you logics and proofs. So this is what I could give from my end to clear out your mind about that. But if you have any queries or any questions, please feel free to share the same in the comment section. Thank you.